Sup fuckers, world's okayest trader for May 21st. Here's my chart review. There wasn't a lot of bars printed overnight. This week's been kind of slow. There hasn't been any news events really. So it's been a very bide your patience and wait for your setup. So I guess this week's video is brought to you by patience. Definitely make sure you have some. Because I think in my trades, you'll see one, it was a bad trade. The other one was questionable. And I could justify it in hindsight, but you'll get what I was trying to do. Anyway, there were two trades in here that, one trade that I really should have grabbed, and I had the order placed and I missed. So anyway, we'll get into it. Again, we'll look at the price action. We have this nice little channel working down. We have a break. We get the new extreme. Goes into consolidation. Is it going to continue or is it going to reverse? Well, it kind of trades up into this consolidation, which is why I wasn't looking to fade this breakout, because we traded up into consolidation. We did consolidation and then we exited. If it had failed out the bottom, I would have considered it. Or if you're going to do it, you're going to have to get it back to the breakout area, to the EMA. And there was about there wasn't quite, just over a full tick to get out, full point to get out. We get the new, another new high, pushes all the way, EMA is sort of holding. Like other than that one, that's where there was a gap in the EMA. But otherwise it's holding. Yes, it pushed down and closed, but it immediately reversed. So there's your high, there's your pullback, here's your first entry, there's your pullback, there's your second entry. Now, this was slow. Like the whole development of this bar, that took a while. So when I popped my order in, I had a resting order. After it triggered, I had it down here. And that bar, I was protecting my risk. This bar never came back to tag my order. I think it tapped it once, but it didn't push through it to fill. In hindsight, I probably should have moved it up at least there. At least to here, to at least tag it, because in the end it was only a point of risk. So it was a point and a half of total risk from, in theory, where your entry would be to where your stop would be. And that's probably the smallest risk I've seen in a few weeks on my trades. They've all been 2-3 points easily. So I think because I was nervous about what was going on, it was slow. I was too conservative with my entry, so I missed it completely. Realistically, I probably only would have taken it to the overnight open, which is that line, and then, let the runner do what the runner was going to do. Probably I would have popped the stop there from a money management perspective, and then, I probably would have saw that, probably pop it there. So you just kind of see what you're going to do. Anyway, so we have this huge push up. I'm watching this channel. We get the overshoot and I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, great. Strong push up, strong bar, strong reversal. So I'm like, oh, okay. I think this is a good time. We've got our second entry. We've got an overshoot. Overshoots typically lead to a break out the other side. And I'm like, okay, let's go. So I entered it and it didn't move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars, 8 bars, 9 bars, 10 bars before you got profit. And then that time was a solid, when was this? When was this time? So that was 10:37, 10:56. So solid 20 minutes for, 10 bars. It was too slow. Anyway, so that's what sort of scared me out of this trade. So I did enter it. I did have a deep limit, but when we went 4 or 5 bars sideways, I'm like, oh, this could go either way. It wasn't acting like a regular overshoot where we got that immediate rejection. So I was like, yeah, maybe it's not. So I exited the trade and made the channel look like this. In the end, I I think this channel was okay because we did eventually get a new high several hours later. But it should have reacted a lot better. So that's why I did a break even. Now, why I'm saying it's a top pick or a bad trade, it wasn't a second entry. It was really that would be the second entry long. We get the new high. Now I'm looking for shorts. There's the low. Excuse me. There's the first entry. There's a new low. There's the first entry. There's a new low. There's the first entry. There's the second entry. So we didn't really have a valid setup. That said, yeah, that wasn't a setup. So I don't know what I was thinking. That was the second entry. Maybe I would have considered that one, and maybe this channel would have been okay. Maybe it was a little tighter. Maybe this channel was really that. And there's the break, and there's the new extreme, and there's, the overshoot, and there's the undershoot there. So maybe, it just depends on how you put the channels, but I initially had that, and then I modified it to that. So I think it was a bad trade. That one was the good one there. I thought there was one that I saw with a lower high. Maybe I didn't mark it. Or maybe I was hoping this would come back for a lower high in this area, and it never did. Yeah, then we have a spike in channel, break, looking for the new extreme, but nowhere really to enter. There's the low, first entry, pullback, second entry above the EMA, doji, decent signal bar. I guess you could have done that one, but that was still pretty risky with this uptrend in play. So we have this going up. So is this one going to get a break and new extreme? Because this main channel, in theory, basically the way I had revised it, needs the new extreme. So sort of wait and see for those high probability setups, because I already took, not a great trade. Yeah, it would have worked out eventually for a couple of points. I had a deep limit, so I probably would have got 3 points out of it, but it just wasn't the right trade. So cut my losses. I'd rather take a break even and watch it go like that when I enter a bad trade than enter a bad trade and take a full loss. Anyway. So we get the break, we get the new low, and now we're starting working up. We're holding above the EMA, so fully expecting this channel to get a new high. It goes up, we get a break. EMA's kind of holding, but we have a new high, first entry, second entry. That is too far from the EMA. It immediately fails. So there's nothing there. Then we had this channel working up, and this is what I was looking for. So this was the 2 legs to a new extreme. This didn't really have a good 2 legs. This was just sort of a solid push up, and then there's the second leg. So maybe that one would have been better, but it didn't overshoot. So we've got the new low, strong push up, pullback, stronger push up, good reversal bar. As soon as I saw that going, I took the entry. So this was kind of a top pick, but I'm also calling it a failed breakout of a level I no longer have there. Maybe it's just the overshoot. I thought I had a line there. I don't remember. So maybe it was just an overshoot. That's right. There was a line there. It was kind of there. There was a level there from a few weeks ago. Sort of had my eye on it. That's why I called it a failed breakout. But it did exactly that. It's strong push. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish points from the EMA. Really great distance at that point. So I took that, and that was it. And again, that's not really a normal system thing, but that's generally how price action kind of goes. Keep an eye on it. You're playing the probabilities. It pushes up, push, and then it goes. But now there was no entry there, like it wasn't a second entry or a higher low or anything like that. It was just basically a top pick failed breakout of a key level from, a few days ago, and a strong rejection. So that was it. So anyway, I'll call it 1-1 because that wasn't really a good trade mentally. I think I'm 1-1. Like, it was hard not to sit and take trades, but it was just so slow to sit and watch it go. But anyway, World's Okayest Trader is out.